Real talk, real music. Real talk, real music.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Talk, Real Music. I'm your host, DJ CJ, and today's topic is all about race in hip hop. And I'm joined by my guest, my man, Deutsch John.
Detroit in the house, right?
Detroit 313. So today's topic, man, basically, I read an article about a week ago about Macklemore. Now, in this article, Macklemore says he would not be successful with songs like Thrift Shop, Same Love, Can't Hold Us if he was black.
Huh. Okay.
Is that may sound like the most insane statement anybody can ever make, but I think that he's 100% correct. Same lyrics, same songs, same rap style. Just switch the race of the person to be black, he would not be successful. I believe that with 100%.
Wait, you really agree with that?
I really do agree with that.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Where do you go with that? What are your thoughts?
Well, of course, as you know, we've had previous discussions about this. I don't necessarily feel like the race of the person matters as much. I mean, I understand that racism is alive and all that kind of stuff to varying degrees, but the guy's got skill. I think that transcends a racial thing.
True. You're right about that. He do have skills. He is a great lyricist. I'm not taking anything away from him as a lyricist.
Well, you are just a bit.
But you gotta understand. You gotta understand because you're dealing with a genre of music that every artist is black. And when you listen to somebody like Nas, when you listen to somebody like Jay-Z, or even somebody like the lesser known guys like Freeway, Dead Prez, these guys, you know they're black. You know they're African American when you listen to them.
Right.
You hear their lyrics, you hear their words, you know what they're talking about. You can relate. Somebody like Macklemore, Eminem, Mac Miller, these guys, you when you listen to them, you know they're white.
But the thing is, just because they're white doesn't necessarily mean that they haven't grown up in the same areas that we've grown up in.
No, in terms of the music business,
okay,
it works out. How does that work out or translate into sales? Because technically, Macklemore, Eminem, Mac Miller, Yellow Wolf, Beastie Boys are considered safe music for your kids. Are you actually gonna buy your kids a Mobb Deep record? You're gonna buy them G Unit, 50 Cent?
But listen. Thinking about the types of songs, I mean, like Macklemore came out with Thrift Shop.
Right.
That's a fun song that everybody can relate to. I think it's okay to let a kid listen to that. I mean, it's basically talking about going to a thrift store, not paying a lot of money, and having still a good fashion sense. I don't understand why, if he was black, I think if a black person submitted the same song, everybody would enjoy it just as well.
Okay.
I mean, you're saying, though, because he's white, that's why it's so successful. It's a fun song.
It is a fun song,
like, feel-good song.
How many black artists do you know that come out with fun songs in this hip-hop world that are successful? Case in point, Black Eyed Peas.
Yes.
Started out as 3 members.
I remember, yeah.
Joints and Jams. Joints and Jams was a very good song.
Okay.
Very fun song. But they didn't achieve a lot of success because when you look at Black Eyed Peas when they did that, they could have been considered as backpack rappers.
Gotcha.
They could have been considered as just a group of guys that are just trying to have fun. But to achieve success, they went and added Fergie. They got this more pop sound to them. And that's what, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You want to achieve, you want to be successful, you want to be heard. You want to put out music for people to enjoy. I get that. But at the same time, man, when you listen to the Black Eyed Peas' first 2 albums, when it was just the 3 of them, their lyrics, everything was completely different from what they put out now.
But listen though, Black Eyed Peas, when they first came out, it was like mid-90s, right? With the 3 members.
You can say late 90s.
All right, mid to late 90s. You have to think of the trends and social things going on at the time in relation to what the public's interest is. Macklemore, with his song Thrift Shop and the type of things that he raps about now, it kind of relates to what people are going through. People love thrift shopping now. People don't have a lot of money. So that's the biggest thing. So that's why that correlates with public's interest. They can relate to that.
So 10 years ago, would thrift shop been successful?
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, even if you look at the economy at that time, and I know this isn't an economical conversation, but people couldn't relate to having to go to thrift shops. That was looked down upon. But now it's like, oh, I thrift shop too. I don't have a lot of money. I want to dress nice too. So to me, those trends, all that goes together. It has nothing to do with him being a white person. A black person could have came out with that same song and blew up.
Think that I completely
Today, yes.
Today. Okay. Eminem.
Okay.
Came out with "Hi, my name is who? My name is what? Slim Shady."
Correct.
That song, early 2000, late 90s. Very fun song, right?
It was fun. It was fun. Yes.
We can agree that was a very fun song. But what if that person was black? What if he wasn't backed up by Dr. Dre? Would he still be successful? If he was black, would he be successful with that song? Same lyrics, same everything.
With the same voice same
voice,
style, like as he's rapping it.
All of that.
Yes. I truly believe, yes, I do. I know you're like really surprised about this, but if a black person had that same style, same flow, same everything, they could have been just as easily successful. I mean, with the same marketing and all that, of course. It had nothing to do that he was, well, I will say a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
With that song and that situation at the time.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel we as consumers allow or let racism play a part in our decision making when buying music or even going to go see a movie?
Race or racism?
Race.
Okay. I think that, God, you almost stumped me here, actually.
I mean, think about it. Like,
I'm thinking about it.
Really think about it, because it's even in this article, even in that article, that Macklemore even said it himself that his music is considered safe. Safe music.
Right.
Is what parents, moms of America, not literally the group Moms of America, but people who go out and buy these albums and these songs on iTunes and go get concert tickets for their kids. He's considered safe.
But CJ, you gotta admit though that him saying that is what builds buzz for him. I don't really even feel that he believes that. I feel like he is putting that out there because he knows that's what people want to hear, and it helps build a buzz, and it helps him get some kind of street credit to say, "Oh yeah, I know I'm white, but I can rap." And
well, in that article, he says it's a privilege to be a part of this music genre.
Right.
I think that statement alone was the street cred that he's looking for. I think that statement alone is me saying I respect all black artists and what they go through and what they've been through to make it this far, and I know that I'm privileged enough to be a part of this, and I can rap.
But it made you like him more, right?
I would say that it made me respect him. It made me really respect that guy.
Because from a marketing, but let me just cut you off for 1 second. From a marketing perspective, his marketing team knew that the black community was still kind of like on the fence about him. So that was brilliant to actually say that.
You can say
to
that.
identify with the black. And it even made you say, you know what? I appreciate this guy is saying that, because that's how I felt the whole time.
I'm still not buying his album. I mean, I'm going to be real with you. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Do I think he's a great lyricist? Do I think he's good? I think he's good. I don't think he's great. He's good. He's the type of guy, he comes up with a song that has a concept and he can do it.
And people can relate to.
And people, well, yeah, maybe a lot of people in America can relate to it. But at the same time, I also think that if he was black, putting out these same songs, the black community would not relate to him that way. Because his songs are being played on urban radio. Not just pop radio, but urban radio.
Right.
So he's out there. So what I want to ask you and you at home, do you think Macklemore is good for hip hop?
Yes. And I'll answer for the people at home. Right now, I'm going to assume that they all agree with me anyway. But yes, especially with that Same Love song. What hip-hop artists do you know are rapping about equality for all people, regardless of, their sexuality, whatever it is? There's no black artists rapping about that.
Well, I want to thank you all for joining me on Real Talk, Real Music. I am your host, DJ CJ. This is my man, Deutsch John. Where can we reach you at, man? Where can we?
You can find me on Instagram, host Deutsch John, Twitter, host Deutsch John, or just go to DeutschJohn.com.
There it is. All right, we are out of here. Make sure you leave a comment at the box below, and I'll see you next week. We out.
Real talk, real music. Real talk, real music. Real talk, real music. Real talk, real